Thank you, Mr. President. And buenos dias, President Santos. Good afternoon, global change makers. It's great to be here. What is the story of the place you call home? The story of my home is proudly one of an island at the centre of the world. Belfast is the capital city of Northern Ireland, a city that has a proud tradition of industry, innovation, and creativity. It built the Titanic, and it is home to artists like Van Morrison, and is currently the film set for Game of Thrones. Yeah. You're welcome to come and do a tour. A place now confidently bidding to be the European capital of culture and to host the Rugby World Cup in 2023, and maybe even one young world. My home also has a violent and tragic story. Thousands have died and communities remain divided as a result of decades of conflict and hatred. Whilst we had a political agreement in Northern Ireland, over the past 2 decades, we have come to understand that post-peace agreement, political structures do not on their own change attitudes or build relationships. Stories of conflict and hatred can transcend the generations, and this is our real challenge. 3 years ago, I was a practicing human rights lawyer representing some of the most marginalized in our community. I saw the cost of conflict firsthand in people's lives and how many were being left behind by the peace process. I was frustrated by the lack of political progress and the lack of opportunity, forcing many of my friends and our young people to emigrate. I cared deeply about my home. I wanted to see this beautiful place and this exceptional people realize their potential. I wanted to drive change, but what could I do? Well, one cold, wet March evening 3 years ago, I met Peter Edgar, who is here with me at One Young World, and dozens of others, passionate, active citizens from right across Northern Ireland. And together we founded a network called Young Influencers. We had a simple goal: to create a space for young people from across the political and religious divide to come together to set out a collective vision for the future. We celebrated the good things in our city and launched projects, held meetups, and built lasting friendships. Our slogan was "Grow Good, Build New." We connected over 1,500 young people and were a catalyst for dozens of new initiatives, ideas, and organizations. We realized that we could be the agents of change. And this profound realization inspired me to move from practice as a lawyer to dedicate my skills and experience to finding solutions to the complex challenges that we face in the place I call home. I found a new home at the Centre for Democracy and Peace Building in Belfast. The centre develops transformative and innovative programs which seek to empower communities, build relationships, and change attitudes. We are also sharing the stories of the Northern Ireland peace process internationally, including here in Colombia. In fact, next year, as we mark the 20th anniversary of our peace agreement, in partnership with the British Council, we will host an international conference called Peace and Beyond, and we look forward to welcoming delegates from Colombia and around the world. We prove that we are building a bridge between our peoples united in our pursuit of peace. I just want to say one thing, having come to Bogotá, to Colombia this week. I am truly humbled and inspired by the people of Colombia. You are courageously building a path towards peace. And we, the people of Northern Ireland, stand in solidarity with you and will walk the journey with you. I've been on an incredible journey as I try to drive change within my home. It's taken me from working with marching bands to helping young offenders. from encouraging a culture of philanthropy with the Ireland Funds to defending the independence of the press at the Irish Times newspaper. I've traveled from Harvard University to Tunisia, from the White House to joining you all today here at One Young World. And this journey has taught me that it is the responsibility of our generation, of each and every one of us here, to seize the opportunity of peace and to grow a resilient, prosperous, and compassionate society for all. I am passionate about driving change through the empowerment of others. But as all of you know too well, driving change is not easy. In fact, it is a constant and daily struggle. But I have hope. Why? Because of the resilient people that I have met in my home and the inspiration of each and every one of you and the remarkable work that you do. Based on my journey, I want to share 3 connected principles which I believe allow you to drive positive change within the place you call home. Firstly, passion. Find those in your community who are passionate about making a positive contribution to society. As One Young World proves, you are not alone in this passion, so connect on shared positive values. Ensure that your tribe are from a diverse range of backgrounds, musicians, engineers, entrepreneurs. But also remember, it's not just about us, but what we are doing for the next generation. Every day I seek to make a better world for my friends, my little goddaughters, my family, my parents, and especially my beautiful 2-year-old nephew, Ollie, who's watching now. Hi, Ollie. Driving change requires passion. Secondly, courage. You must work collaboratively to create a vision, a common purpose, and connect to co-design solutions for change within your society. To bring about change, it requires the humility to embrace the ideas of others. You must collaborate and build relationships of trust to bring your visions and ideas to life. This may be with local residents or elected representatives, with business leaders or artists. Put simply, it's all about relationships. I come from a divided society, and the antidote to division is to have the courage to engage and build bridges with those with whom you passionately disagree. Building relationships requires courage, and so in our increasingly polarized world, dare to ask, how can we work together? Driving change requires courage. Thirdly, and finally, sharing. Create the space for shared stories and shared memories to find meaning and drive people in your community towards action. We need ideas and vision, so make sure you share your story, your remarkable story, with the world. To drive change, we must share our stories. That's why today at One Young World, I am proud to launch a new initiative called Connected Citizens. This Connected Citizens is about sharing the lessons with the world's most passionate, dynamic, and innovative citizens. And I'm pretty sure this room is full of them. And what an amazing story. 2 decades after our peace agreement in Northern Ireland, I am here to share a story of hope. You can be the change in the place you call home. So let us together connect as global citizens to build a bridge between your home and mine, my story and yours, between peace and prosperity. Thank you.
Muy bien, muy bien. Muy bien, excelente.